On today's episode of the Past Lives Matter podcast, I am joined by Kristen Nicole. We talk about our past lives and what happened, why we have such fear of success. Thank you for joining us. I am Jenifer Krause. We are doing a podcast episode of Past Lives Matter. I am joined by the wonderful Kristen Nicole of Hello There Sunshine. We just did an episode of Present Lives Matter where we discussed and worked through our current life experience of fear of success. And now we wanted to take it another step and go to past lives and see if we've got lots. Past lives connected to fear of success. Kristen, what is coming up for you?
So, a lot of my struggles with success after everything that we just went and worked through is being authentic to who I am and what I've learned in my experiences. And one of the things that I resonate with so deeply is that in a past life, I was a form of the goddess Freya. And the hurt that came from being her and the people that she was attached to in various forms in different mythology, she's all over in different types of mythologies, and the same kind of situation plays out in different mythologies. But the hurt that comes from just the men in her life doing horrible things, cheating and making her run across the land and eating her babies and just all sorts of weird things, but how much power they always held over me and how far away and the things that I had to do to get away from that power just to survive and just to make sure the people I loved survived. And in a weird way, I think that somehow creates a blockage because I feel like they still hold that power over me.
Okay, so let me know if this sounds right. What I'm hearing is similar to what we just did. And if you haven't watched that yet, then go back and watch episode 1 of Present Lives Matter. Again, it seems like the same sort of theme again of gender. Is it a masculine, feminine thing again, or is it different?
That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way, but maybe it is.
Okay, so because that would make sense for, everything in past lives are always a reiteration of this life too. It just might be smaller, more subtle, or bigger and more obvious. So I know your past and I know my past, obviously, and it is a reiteration of that, the gender thing, right? Of the masculine taking our power.
Yeah, that's a very strong reoccurring theme.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I will also go with mine's interesting. Okay. I wrote in one of my books about oh my gosh, it is about the where the term hermaphrodite comes from, which is a I don't know which chapter. It's been so long since I've looked at this, and I can't remember the goddesses' names offhand.
It's funny. I have my Greek mythology book.
It's her. I don't want to waste time. Anyway, it's I will put it down in the description once I figure it out. But that's what I see. I see the goddess, and the goddess. She was trying to. Oh man, I feel like I'm ruining this right now.
You're not ruining it.
So she wanted this guy to love her, to love her, whatever, basically, to fall in love with her. And she like manipulated him into becoming one. And that's where the term hermaphrodite comes from. It is the masculine and the feminine form coming together as one. And now I actually can't remember if it was the woman who was manipulative or if it was the guy. I don't remember that. Anyway.
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard about this.
Yeah, so that's the Greek mythology about where the term hermaphrodite comes from. And I found it interesting because it's like, well, we actually need gender? Oh, that's a whole different episode. Anyway, that's the images that I see. It is a form of masculinity trying to overpower the feminine, and vice versa, the feminine trying to overpower the masculine. And so there's like this war going on, this constant pattern of one trying to take power over the other.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we just needed to get to. And I just talked about nothing for no reason. All right. So Kristen,
it applies to me in my life. So thank you for all of that.
It applies to most people.
Yeah.
And not just external genders, right?
Right.
Or energy, but also within ourselves.
Right.
Because we fight ourselves all the time.
Sometimes we do.
There's a possibility. You got to be very specific with our words. There's a possibility of fighting with yourself. Okay, so what needs to happen in these past lives of goddesses and gods to eliminate the war of gender and power and control?
Ooh.
I just got finding peace.
See, and I got eradication.
Okay.
But I don't know of what.
So eradication would be like erasing, right? Like eliminating.
Like basically making it genderless so that it holds less power.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's do that work then. We are going to go back into genderless potential.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
So I guess this will lead us into the next episode of alternate lives matter, because that's collective stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take, do you want to be the masculine or the feminine of gods or goddesses?
Be the masculine.
Okay. I'll be the feminine. I will be the goddesses. You can be the gods, and let's change the energy of that. We are tapping in to those experiences of our past lives, and we're going to do it through each other. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. I will take the energy on of the goddesses that I speak and am connected to, and you are taking on the energy of all masculine gods that you are connected to.
Okay.
Okay. I ask you, gods in this universe, what do you need in order to feel whole?
Love.
Where does that come from?
You.
That makes sense, right? If you have two parts, and you put them together as one, it makes one.
Right.
Which is what love is, right?
Right.
It's being whole.
Okay. So.
Okay,
Do
so.
I need to ask you what you need?
Sure.
Okay. So.
I feel like I already know the answer.
Okay.
It's you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're just joining the puzzle pieces together.
We're putting the puzzle pieces together back into one in the vibration of love, which is light and the creator, the essence of where we have all come from. from the very beginning. Only we're not going in reverse. We are transmuting the energy back into source, into the vibration of love from every experience that we are in. So what I saw in my mind was like being a butterfly going into a cocoon, only it wasn't wrapped in anything. It was light itself. Like light itself was the cocoon wrapping us.
That's beautiful. It was like there was a ball of energy that just like got put into my chest. And then when it got put into my chest, like it just all became light.
Nice. Great. Is this complete? I feel like we're missing something.
I do too.
And I keep seeing plants, not just the plant behind us.
Or
but like we need to plant something.
Okay. As soon as you said that, this doesn't sound crazy. It's pearl, but it's a container of light. The pearl is just the coating.
I feel like it's I feel like it's a pearl of wisdom. It's like it's not an actual thing, but it's like a seed of just awareness.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. How do you plant that?
I feel like we just did by saying it.
Oh.
And by doing that.
I definitely feel a lot more complete after you said that.
Yeah. Good. I think we got there.
Yeah.
Let's do a short meditation to end this so everyone can also feel the effects of change.
Okay.
And going back into the light. So I'm going to have you close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths with me. As Kristen and I have just changed the energy from the past in the realm of gods and goddesses, merging what were two separate things of masculine and feminine energy back into one, back into light and the source of all things, you will all, each and every one of you, feel more happiness and content from within, as this changes the energy of everyone and everything that has ever and will ever exist. Because we are all connected. It will bring us together. It would make us feel more whole and less separated. May you look at another person and feel more connected and like they are you just as much as you are them. Another deep breath in and exhale. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you for joining me, Kristen. And we will have all the links. If you need help with clearing anything from your past, or present, or future,
or alternate,
you can find me at jennifercross.com. You can find Kristen at
snipfeed.co/hello there sunshine 212.
And I will have all of the links in the description below. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.